Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Duuz-Diz-Din, and I'm coming at you with part 3 of The Cured, Sonic the Hedgehog by IDW's epilogue to the Metal Virus saga, and the last issue, for now, that Ian Flynn will be writing for the IDW Sonic the Hedgehog series as he takes over writing duties on the mini-series titled Sonic the Hedgehog Bad Guys. Cue Billie Eilish. As the series from here on will be helmed by Evan Stanley, who writes the Ghost of the Future fans comic, and she's done little comics here and there. She's been a budding writer. Her art is fantastic, but she's been a budding writer for the series for a long time, and it's good to see her getting her dues. Although it'll be the first time that well, not the first time because he's taken a back seat to others before, Tracy Yardley and others here and there. But it'll be the first time that Ian Flynn has just really stepped back and let someone else really helm the main Sonic book. So let's see how she does. But until then, let's see how we cap things off. We open up with Eggman having attacked the party to celebrate the defeat of the metal virus and to honor Sonic and all that good stuff. He has come in with a massive big boy mech powered by E123 Omega. And he is all too ready to capitalize on the fact that Sonic is nowhere to be seen. Whisper tries to kind of get Amy to take the lead, as she was the lead when it came to the restoration. But Amy stepped back from all of those duties, and she's just not interested in leading. So, since Amy says, "Oh, I passed everything off to Jewel," Whisper goes to Jewel for orders, and Jewel is just like, "No, I'm a pencil pusher, dude. I'm not a heroic type." So, everybody's a little bit befuddled in terms of leadership. Meanwhile, the Babylon Rogues choose to capitalize on all of the chaos and clean out Jewel's jewelry store. So ultimately, Vector is the one to take charge because he's an actual leader. Although Amy is too, and I feel like she really could have taken this moment to take charge, but Ian has actually been very good about giving Vector these nice shining moments. He tells Tails to come up with a program, figure out some program in order to shut this thing down. He sends in all the flying fighters such as Charmy, Cream, Gemerald, and Cheese in order to bust into the cockpit and get to Eggman, while he sends in everybody else, such as himself, Tangle, Whisper, Espio, Amy, in order to go for the legs, the joints, anything to trip this robot up. And it's fun seeing Vector take a leadership role. It suits him. I love when we're not getting bumbling Vector. Vector is a detective. He's great at observation. He has that skill, and I love to see when he employs it. Smart Vector is my favorite Vector. Speaking of which, the Babylon Rogues find that the gems in Jewel's store have been completely cleared out, and ultimately it was Rouge. Of course, because we saw her peeking in last issue, but she does say she will return them just for the sake of one-upping the Babylon Rogues, if nothing else. Meanwhile, Gemerald is none too happy that yet again Eggman is messing with Cream. Like, dude, enough is enough, but Gemerald just keeps getting the short end of the stick time and time again in this series, and I'm just like, why? Really? So Eggman manages to not only incapacitate General, but use him as another power source, unleashing even more power and weaponry upon the hero. So, General, they keep doing you dirty, man. Meanwhile, in Blaze's world, in the soul dimension, whatever you call it, you know, Blaze is still trying to figure out how to get Mr. Needle Mouse, aka Sonic's memories back, and she thinks that maybe it's time for drastic measures in order to jog his memory. So she decides to use the power of the Soul Emeralds in order to help him remember. Meanwhile, back on Sonic's regular world, Tails gets a little help from Rouge in order to find an access port, since breaking and entering's her thing, and find an access port because, and which is easy because this thing was put together in short notice, and she manages to find the port. Tails is able to access it, not only free General, but also kind of wonk out the systems, have it conflicted because, Omega's attached to the damn thing, A123 Omega helping Eggman would just fry his circuits regardless. But seeing this, friggin' Eggman straight up he pulls out a gun. He literally pulls out like a beam gun and fires it at Tails. And like with the size of the hole this thing creates, he would have literally just vaporized Tails. We would have had like Tails' shoes left with his bloody stump of legs left in them. It would have been terrible. Like, good on you, Rouge, for noticing that. So, chaos is ensuing, the battle is continuing, everybody's doing their best in order to take Eggman down, but a few hits from Cheese, gets under Eggman's skin, and he decides that he's gonna go full force against the heroes. Meanwhile, because of the Soul Emeralds and Blaze's burning fire, Sonic is able to remember what happened to him, and gives Blaze the rundown that, hey, sorry for the what's happened, I'm fine. My world is fine. I just need a little help getting back home. And the artwork on Blaze is just so phenomenal. Like this little expression that she has is just like, man, like it's such a charming expression. And the way she's rendered and drawn, it is fantastic. But Blaze uses the Soul Emeralds to send Sonic home. He comes in a pillar of fire and immediately notices that, his friends are, on the losing side of things and Eggman is dominating. So as soon as he gets filled in by Tails, we have almost this kind of surreal moment where Sonic just, zooms off in front of Eggman, with his just face shadowed out like he is utterly ready to decimate Eggman. And he does just that, beating into the mech and freeing Omega, who immediately turns around and destroys the mech because of all of his pent up frustration and hostility. He ends up falling to pieces too. Sonic takes this moment to confront the fleeing Eggman, who decides that ultimately he will settle for the fact that he ruined the party and he'll get that blasted hedgehog next time. And Sonic has a moment that really took me off guard where he vows to keep taking Eggman down, hoping that eventually Eggman will come around at some point, which goes to show that he still believes that there's some good in Eggman, just waiting to come out. And I like that side of Sonic. We don't get enough of that, but Sonic is someone who believes in redemption. He's done it plenty of times. The fact that Omega and Gemerald and Shadow and Silver and Blaze are all allies just goes to show that if Sonic wasn't such a friend maker, a person dedicating to helping out, he probably never would have made these friends. So I'm just glad we're seeing that side of Sonic, that really, really passionate side of Sonic to do what's right. So we get this massive group hug courtesy of Tangle. I love this scene. I love Rouge's expression. It's a really fun moment, and it's cute. It's adorable. Unfortunately, Jewel has to be the bearer of bad news and the fact that the town is still on fire. So they spend a little bit of the night putting out all the fires, and Sonic takes a moment to think back on all the friends he has, hopes to see once again, such as Silver and Blaze, and that, hopefully they'll come back when there isn't another big disaster going on. So Sonic sets out for another adventure, thus ending the Metal Virus saga in earnest. Such a feel good book. A nice bit of action. We got to see a little bit from every character. Just really fun stuff. I'm glad I got to read this issue because it really does. It feels like the end of an era. I know Ian Flynn won't be gone for good, but I've had fun reading his work and I can't wait for more. But I also can't wait for Evan Stanley and to sign on and become the new head writer. I know she's gonna do great. But until then, I've been Duuz-Diz-Din. Please leave me a like if you liked the video, or a dislike if you didn't. Subscribe and hit the bell icon. That way you never miss out on another Sonic the Hedgehog comic or otherwise review. And with that, I will see you later. Bye bye.